Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I've mentioned in my last video that I'm starting a few new projects, one of which is learning about dinosaurs. I want to really dive deep in dinosaur world for as long as it takes. But starting off, I do have a bit of a book haul. Books that I've collected over the last little while, and I do have a few books on hold as well, or things that are arriving. So I'm gonna mention those as well. So I have read Stephen Brusatte's book on dinosaurs, which I've mentioned in my very first booktube video ever. Like that was my intro to booktube. And the second one I recently read called The Fossil Hunter, and this is about Mary Anning, the first sort of paleontologist and an amazing woman in science. I'm going to read more books about her in the future. Which brings me to my first book, which is one I've pre-ordered and it's going to come out soon. It's called A Dinosaur at the Dinner Party. And this is written by the same author who wrote The Clockwork Universe, which is a book I've loved a lot in the past. And it's gonna come out soon. And it is about Mary Anning again, but it's in a different style, and it includes some of the scientists around her from what I've gathered in the synopsis. And another book that I've ordered but is going to arrive really late is called Written in Stone. And this is a book that kind of looks at dinosaurs and what they can tell us about evolution, evolutionary science, and kind of debunking a lot of myths and misunderstandings around the topic. So that's another book that I really look forward to seeing. So those will not be included in this haul. So let's just start with what I actually do have. So the first book is called Dinosaurs, 10 Things You Should Know by Dr. Dean Lomax. So this is kind of like your basic intro 101. Just 10 fun facts. It's short, it's quick, but I've already kind of read to point 3 already, so I'm probably gonna fly through this one first. But yeah, this is the first book I got. The second book, it's one that's also sort of introductory. It's written by Riley Black. It's called The Last Days of the Dinosaurs, an asteroid extinction and the beginning of our world. I am always going to root for women in paleontology, so I'm really excited to read her book. And I think this is gonna be like a good intro book. Like this might be one of the first ones that I read. I'm also really excited to see her next book. I know I haven't even read this one yet, but I actually am more excited about her next book, which is coming out in February of 2025. I'll put it on the screen here. It sounds like it's going to involve more about plants as well, but that's just my limited understanding of what I'm seeing, kind of advertised about it. But if I get to it before it's released, I'll try to make an early review. But yeah. So this book I have so far, definitely will get her next one too. She seems pretty awesome from what I'm seeing so far. Now this book might actually be a good one to read chronologically. Maybe this will be my second or third book that I read. So this is called The First Fossil Hunters by Adrienne Mayer. And this is Dinosaurs, Mammoths, and the Myth in Greek and Roman Times. And from what the synopsis says, I'm gathering that it's basically how a lot of Roman and Greek myths, although they seem kind of fantasy realm, dragons kind of style, they do have roots in actual science and in the early kind of discoveries of fossils. As far back as the Greeks and Romans seem to us, in the grand scheme of things, they're just as new as we are when it comes to dinosaurs and fossils. And I think she looks kind of at like super duper early paleontology and how that's inspired some of the myths. That's what I think it's about. But again, this is just a book haul, so I haven't read it yet. I will let you know once I read it. The other book I got is called Dinosaurs Rediscovered, The Scientific Revolution in Paleontology. And this one, it says that it looks more at expeditions and its museum labs, kind of the more sciencey and field work related to dinosaurs. Unlike the other ones, this does seem a little bit less for the public and a little bit more academic in some ways. The writing also seems to be pretty small, and it has a lot of charts and diagrams. So this might be one that I leave for a little bit more advanced or later on kind of book. But yeah, I'm really excited to get to this one too. I don't know if you can see it because of the glare, but yeah, it's a very pretty book. And another book that I got, which seems really cool, is called Otherlands by Thomas Halliday. So it says A Journey Through Earth's Extinct Worlds. And from the back, so I first thought that this was going to be only about plants. I've been looking for a book about plants and ferns and things that were out and about during the dinosaur age. I don't know why I thought it'd be kind of cool to write a book on herbs or whatever, or books that had to do with that. And that's what I thought initially this was about, but it's about a lot more. So it says that this is a paleobiologist, and it takes us through the savannas of Pliocene Kenya, to the salty canyons of Miocene Mediterranean, to the tropical forests of Eocene Antarctica, while offering us a vast perspective on the current state of the planet. And then he talks about our relationship to these like lost worlds, or like other worlds that have been or would be. I'm excited. I'm really excited to read this. So this could be a lot of fun. Again, I think this one maybe is in the middle to late stages of learning about dinosaurs. So the next book is also a bit more specific and niche. So this is called The Dinosaur Artist: Obsession, Science, and Global Quest for Fossils by Paige Williams. From the description on the back, it sounds like it's about a very particular sort of, I don't want to call it forgery or heist, but it's about a very specific event that's kind of almost journalistic in nature, where it's kind of digging up crimes or like an exciting thing around fossils. So it talks about the fossils in lot 49135, unearthed 6,000 miles away in Mongolia, fetched over $1 million. A man named Eric Prokopi had bought this extraordinary skeleton to market, and his obsession with fossils fueled a thriving business. And then there's a lot going on that's kind of, you have to like unravel it, and it almost sounds like something made for the movies. Like it sounds like it could make a really cool movie, but it's a specific event. I think this is like an exciting, if you want to step away from the science and just kind of look for a particular story or narrative, this could be a lot of fun, I think. So that's why I got it. And lastly, I'm going to mention this book, which is a novel. So this is The Paleontologist by Luke Dumas, and this follows a paleontologist who had a traumatic event happen to him when he was little, and his sister went missing, and there's a lot to do with dinosaurs and crime and suspense. It's kind of a thriller. I don't know, it just sounds cool, but it's going to include dinosaurs, so I thought, why not? This could be fun. And you know, when I need to step away from the science-y elements of dinosaurs and just want to go for a little bit of an adventure, this might be a good time. And I guess the last book I have, which I have not read, is the Sir Arthur Conan Doyle book, which I'll put on the screen. And that sounds like it's gonna be somewhat fun and a little bit of a classic. I am obviously still missing a few, but I think I'm just gonna start with these, see where they take me. I'm gonna take my time with these. It's not gonna be in review very, very soon. I'm gonna spread them out over the course of the next few years. So I hope you enjoyed this quick book haul, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!